Greetings, YouTube. The doctor is in. Dr. Urias Papers here, coming at you with another commentary on Dungeons and Dragons. And today we are going to talk about the spell Dominate Person. I've got the legacy version up right now. We are going to compare this to the 2024 version. We're going to look and see what changes have been made. Are they better? Are they worse? Are they about the same? And we're going to look at some classes that could use this particular spell, particularly 2024 versions of those classes. But first, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. If you like this video, hit the like button. If you have any questions or comments, please leave a question or a comment. And don't forget to hit that notification bell. All right, so back in the day, we gave the legacy version of this spell a B+. And it was primarily because it could only be used on humanoids. And you weren't necessarily limited in what you could do, but there were some front-end things on this spell that could prevent you from using it. Let's go over it. It is a 5th level spell. It is 1 action, 60-foot range. It lasts for a minute. It's got concentration. You could, by upcasting it, increase the duration. So it's a 5th level spell at 1 minute. At 6th level, it's 10 minutes. At 7th level, it's an hour. And at 8th level, it's 8 hours. And you really don't get any more out of it after that. Now, if you've got a humanoid, you probably want to use this spell. Otherwise, you're going to up to the Dominate Monster spell, which is an 8th level spell. So you cast a spell. It's got to make a wisdom saving throw, or it's charmed by you for the duration. However, if you're fighting it, then it has advantage on that saving throw. And that was kind of the first big strike against this spell. But while it's charmed, you had a telepathic link that lasted between both of you on the same plane of existence, which was really long. You could give them commands with the link. They had to be very short commands, general, kind of do things, simple things, no action for that. If it completed what you told it to do, then it would defend itself and preserve itself to the best of its ability at that point. With the legacy version, you could use your action to take total and precise control for a turn. And each time the creature took damage, and that's any damage at all, it made a new wisdom saving throw. And if it succeeded, then the spell ended. So let's talk about the 2024 version, because there's a couple of important changes that got made. Still a 5th level spell, still lasts for a minute, still concentration, still 60-foot range, and you can cause it to last longer. Now, your concentration can last longer with a spell level of 6th level up to 10 minutes, 7th level up to an hour, or 8th level up to 8 hours. Now, or 9th level. They put an 8+ in this one, so kind of defines that a little bit more. Good luck keeping your concentration going for 8 hours, however. That is a thing. Now, this spell is also still usable by Trickery Domain clerics, warlocks, that's Archfey, Patron warlocks, Bard, Sorcerer, Wizard. And I'm not even going to go into the Paladin that's on there. So, and it was Oath of Conquest previously. Now it's also Oath of the Spelldrinker, which is a off-label product. But Bard, Sorcerer, and Wizard are the important ones. And the way that they change this, you still cast a spell. It's still a wisdom saving throw. They still get the charm condition. If you're fighting it, they still get advantage. Whenever they take damage, it repeats the save. It ends the spell on a success. That's still a thing. You still have a telepathic link, lasts for the duration of the spell, and you're linked on the same plane of existence, so no matter where you are. On your turn, you can give it a command to do a thing. So you can use the link to issue commands to the target, no action required, such as attack that creature, move over there, fetch that object. So it does its best to obey it. If it completes an order and doesn't receive further direction from you, it acts and moves as it likes. That is different than the legacy version. The legacy version did not say that. If the creature completes the order and doesn't receive further direction from you, it defends and preserves itself to the best of its ability. But the new version of the spell says, if it completes an order and doesn't receive further direction from you, it acts and moves as it likes, which means it could turn around and attack other people in the party. The charmed condition means it just can't attack or harm the caster. But everybody else is fair game. Now, they took out this paragraph right here. That paragraph is gone, and now it's just not there anymore. You can still command it to take a reaction, but you have to use your own reaction, but you can't take precise control over the dominated humanoid anymore. Just doesn't happen. So I guess they're wrapping that up now into this middle paragraph where you can give it a course of action. And it doesn't even say that anymore. It just says you issue commands to the target, such as blah, blah, blah. So it doesn't say how complicated those commands are or how uncomplicated those commands are. So I think that's actually better than you using an action to take control. You just tell it what to do and it does it. Whereas the previous spell said you can use your action to take precise control of the target until the end of your next turn. The creature takes only the actions you choose and doesn't do anything that you don't allow it to do. Now, it's very open-ended. So I think that, in my opinion, that makes it more powerful. Now, I'm gonna highlight two classes and only two classes in this. So let's talk about a couple of my favorite classes. First one, of course, is the Bard, College of Eloquence, where you can do unsettling words. So you can spin words laced with magic. So as a bonus action, you can expend one of your bardic inspirations, and then you choose a creature, and you roll your die, and you subtract that from the next saving throw it makes from the start of your next turn. So you do your bonus action first, do unsettling words, cast Dominate Person. They take a D6, D8, D10, whatever level of bard you are. They take that as a penalty to their saving throw because you want them to fail that first save, and then you go from there. The other class that I really like for this is just the sorcerer in general. And we like the innate sorcery ability. So for a minute, I can use a bonus action, turn on my innate sorcery, and all my spells have a DC 1 higher than they normally would, which is great. The other thing we can do is we can use the font of magic and the meta magic, and we can heighten this spell, and they will now have disadvantage on every saving throw they make. So you kind of protect yourself from them taking damage. You only spend 2 sorcery points to give one target of the spell disadvantage on saves, plural, against the spell. So it's going to be harder for them to end the spell if you want to send this creature into combat. You could also quicken it. I would say that's something I would avoid. Wild magic would be the sorcerer that I would pick, primarily because of Bend Luck, which you could use to give them a penalty. It's only a 1d4, but it's still a penalty on that roll. That initial d20 roll, in addition to giving them the heightened ability on the spell, giving them disadvantage. So all in all, I'm gonna move this up to an A-. It seems to be better because of the generalization of the command structure of the spell than the previous spell, but I wouldn't see this getting more than an A- because it only targets humanoids. And 75%, 80% of the time or whatever, you're not going to be going up against humanoids. You're going to be going up against other creatures, but Dominate Monster is something that definitely is a great spell. All right, that's what I got for everybody today. I appreciate everybody tuning in, and I will catch everybody